I'm Natalie Sita, and I'm here to be the session leader for this session. I lead up RegNav. RegNav is an AI-powered software product. We are a startup spin-out from Element Materials Technology Limited, a global testing and certification a global testing, inspection and certification business. We've been going for around 18 months, and our mission is to help medical device innovators get their products to market quicker, more accurately, and more cost-effectively than they would have previously been able to do with a regulatory consultant. So very much our mission is to empower all medical device innovators to have access to the best quality data and information to support them to get to market. Let's hope this works. So we all know that commercializing a new medical device is very hard. Something like 60% actually fail to get to market. That's usually because they run out of funding before they get there. The time to get to market can take between 2 to 7 years. And on average, they can spend $2 to $5 million to take a medical device product to market. So that's why we've decided to develop RegNav. We're playing very much at the beginning of the life cycle, so very much in the design phase. We actually started at the very beginning of our journey, much more here in the planning stage of things. But what we learned is that phase of getting to standards and requirements for your product is very much dependent on the accuracy of the inputs at the front end. So we pivoted to focus on the very beginning of the regulatory compliance life cycle. So today we're focused on helping customers define their products, understand their product characteristics, supporting them with regulatory strategy, compliance strategy, and surfacing options that are going to enable them to get their product to market in the cheapest and the most effective way. We're not just letting the AI be AI. We've got some real expert human in the loop that are supporting the product. There's a really robust process in place that makes sure all of the time that we're continually training our LLM and making sure that the accuracy, precision, and recall is where it needs to be. It's just an example of the product. So product characteristics, risk classification, pathways, essential principles. When we speak to early stage innovators, a lot of the feedback that we have is regulatory compliance is a black box. It's very hard to understand, it's hard to access. I think I've been in this industry for just over a year now. One of the things that continuously blows my mind is the fact that people are dependent on a whole world of regulatory consultants who themselves aren't regulated. And that means that there's a really wide varying degree of quality when it comes to using those. We support with compliance strategy, as I've said as well, again using LLM to go through this. Producing compliance plan as well. I think one of the features that we've had the most positive feedback about so far is the fact that we're able to surface what we would call milestones in a roadmap. So essentially, based on the information that's produced from the initial information that's provided, we can provide an estimate of the total estimated cost to get your product to market and also the timeline that we would anticipate getting it to market as well. So in terms of coming soon, let's make this quick. Gap analysis, again, it's about options. So if you're thinking of launching in a US market, we're able to surface alternative options that will show you what it would take in terms of time and money to enter alternative markets, thus empowering you to make better decisions. Similarly for test manager as well, as you go through the test process. And one of the things that I'm personally most excited about is RegNav Invest. So this is where we're starting to do the discovery work around the product for investors to help investors manage their medical device portfolios more effectively. Investors look at things like clinical risk, market risk, financial risk, but today, how do they monitor regulatory risk? Whether that's doing due diligence, whether it's managing the portfolio, or whether it's getting to an exit. That's something that's coming next for RegNav. That's it. That's enough about RegNav. Thank you.